had to be quiet that whole time in there, but that was very beautiful. You can purchase these candles right over there. Put them over here. Much. Oh, God. What's he going? Sheesh. You. I think they make it like corn cookies.
Ancient religion of Babylon. They all have one thing in common: the sacred feminine. The sacred feminine. The sacred feminine. Ishtar the Babylonians, Tyre the Buddhism, Fatima of Muhammad, Sophia the Gnostics, Shekinah to the Kabbalist Jew, Mary to the Catholic, and Shakti to the Hindu. These all have one thing in common: the sacred feminine. And the sacred feminine is going to take you back to the source of light, because the light that resides in that place that Plato talked about, you need a path to get back to that light. Listen, this is important. She is the one to take you to that light. Now, I'm going to give you a guess. Tell me this morning, who do you think that light is? You remember what this subject's all about? Lucifer. He's the light bearer.
Big shrine to the temple. I mean, we're underground right now. This is underground, this isn't the belly, underneath the big temple. So much symbology in here. The National Shrine of Immaculate Conception. The birth pangs of the New Age, of abominations, ecumenical, one world under Rome. It's like an expensive hotel, one of those 5-star ones in Vegas. I mean, if that is not revering the mother. Europa. And look at him, I mean, he's bowing. I've heard so many say they don't revere Mary in that way, the false Mary. But he's bowing to this Ishtar, Isis figure. Coming out of the feminine gate. The female birthing womb. I'm sure I don't really need to say too much. It's already pretty obvious what that represents. Well, and there's that hexagon again. This same symbolism, just like the Star of David. The hexagon like we saw in the other place. The hexagon with mother and child coming through. And like the reference to the black sun. So Saturn, just like the NASA have recently shown with the hexagon on Saturn and all that. And look, the heart, connection to the heart of the earth. Heart of Mary, pray for us. So often I think it's like that birthing of that Tammuz, Nimrod, Antichrist figure from the heart of the earth, which they call Gaia, like the mother goddess Gaia. So I wonder if fallen plan, the kingdom of darkness, our enemy, all the same designs as the other places, and she's sitting on a foundation stone there, behind these pillars where the veil would be, like in the Holy of Holies again. Same representation. The Mother Goddess, Semiramis, Diana, and will turn to bad, which you can see happening in order to provoke the Christ, their Christ to come, which they think is the real Christ. But that's their belief. They believe they need to fill up this cup of filth, this cup of abomination, as we're told about in the Bible, that will happen. The cup of abominations that will bring judgment upon the world. But they believe that they're going to get this Christ is going to come. But we know it's the Antichrist. It's Nimrod from the days of the Tower of Babel. And this cup of abominations. May, you know, the Jezebels.
He is the one to take you to that light. Who do you think that light is? Lucifer.
I mean, please do not tell me this is not an ornate temple of Diana, the Mother Goddess. Sorry. I don't think that went down too well. But look at the celebration of fertility. The birth of Tammuz.
Whether you call her this, or you call her that, or you call...
See, look, even here it's saying to receive the scroll and to break open its seals. Oh my goodness, I didn't even realise this was here. I used this picture in a video the other day. That is Apollyon the Destroyer. Mars, the Roman god of war. And we've got that same representation of the Holy of Holies type thing. And him raising out of it. Apollyon the Destroyer. The Antichrist. That is not Jesus. I don't think it takes much to work out that that's not Jesus. Jesus, the body of the destroyer, the Antichrist.
We continue our coverage this morning of Pope Francis in America with Nora at the White House. Nora?
Thank you, Gail. You know, Pope Francis is also going to celebrate his first Mass in the United States, and that is at the Basilica of the National Shrine of the Immaculate Conception. Now, he is the third Pope to visit the Basilica that is on the Catholic University of America campus. And Chip Reed is there to show us what to expect this afternoon. Chip, good morning.
Well, good morning. You know, around here, most people simply call it the Shrine, and it is a beautiful building. It is the largest Roman Catholic church in America. In fact, they're expecting about 25,000 people here this afternoon to see and hear the Pope celebrate Mass.
Vì sự phản bội của giáo hội thờ ma quỷ trong Vatican, phản bội Chúa Giêsu Kitô và Đức Mẹ Maria, cho nên cảnh báo caravan đao sẽ xảy ra.
bishop robes. Francis cannot be in the church up in papal robes. Anti-Pope Francis's statements also expose the complete folly of all those who engage in any form of, quote, Catholic apologetics, or a defense of the, quote, Catholic faith, while they obstinately consider him to be the Pope. To them we say, when will you figure out that by acknowledging the Vatican II anti-popes to be true popes, you profess that the Catholic faith is meaningless? That's because you profess that people who hold that there is no necessity to believe in Catholic teaching, for example Francis, are in the Catholic Church, profess the true Catholic faith, and even lead the Catholic Church. When will you learn that an actual defender of the papacy in our day must, among his very first duties, completely expose heretics such as Francis, so that everyone knows that what he promotes and what he represents is not the Catholic faith or the Catholic Church? When will you discover that by acknowledging him as the Pope, you attack the papacy, and that those
what the priest can do to spread the message of Garabandal is to teach the doctrines of the Church, that the doctrines are present there, that we have been given the gospel, and to preach the gospel. Everything that is there is given to us, and we just need to expound on that, and that's the best way to spread the message.
Should the priest be telling the people anything at all about Garabandal?
¿Qué hay algo que los sacerdotes deben de decir la gente de Garabandal? ¿Qué hay algo que no están diciendo que deben de decir a ellos?
No sé, por ejemplo, lo que deberían decir los sacerdotes, porque hay muchos que lo condenan, Garabandal. Entonces, pues si no lo quieren creer ellos, por lo menos no decir nada. O sea, porque es una cosa de es aceptar la gente a Dios, entonces a lo mejor puede hacer mucho daño a la persona diciendo lo de Garabandal, sin pasar.
And here is your host, Gay Byrne. Can I start first of all by asking you, you were all about 13 years of age when the apparition started. What did the Blessed Mother look like?
She looked beautiful. Her beauty is gives us a lot of confidence. That's when we see her.
And did she wear the same sort of clothes that we are normally accustomed to?
She had white dress and blue cape, but the dress is long.
Yes. What was the reaction of your parents at the time when you first started to talk about the apparitions?
The first day they don't believe, but after see us in ecstasis they believe.
And am I right in understanding, Conchita, that wherever the four of you were in Garabandal, in separate houses or out playing separately and so on, you got the call at the same time?
Yes. We had some kind of feelings inside called llamadas. We are in different places, we are the calls at the same time.
And what was that feeling that you got?
We never can explain the feelings, but the feelings make us go on to the place where the Blessed Mother wanted to see us, or she wanted to see her.
And that was a place called the Pines, is that right?
In different places. The first time we see her is the place is called La Calleja. It's Santa
Yes. Now,
people give us a message, we give it to